Okay, today we're going to take a look at my Colt Python. This is my baby here. It's the 3-inch version, and this is one of the newer Pythons that I believe they were released in 2020. And they're just really beautiful guns. I bought this Python probably about 6 months ago, and I've put maybe about 500 rounds through it, so not a ton, but definitely getting it out and shooting it. So there's a few upgrades I've done to this Python that I think really just kind of take this thing to the next level. And we're going to walk through those upgrades today. So the first upgrade that I did on this revolver was replace the rear sight. And I think anybody that owns these new 2020 Pythons or newer, you kind of need to replace the rear sight. The rear sight that it comes with, it is not durable. I think I had it for a few days. I tried adjusting it, had this in the case, and the rear sight just completely fell off. And also based off of dozens and dozens of other people having the same issue online, it's almost common knowledge at this point that the first thing you need to upgrade on your new Python is the rear sight. The rear sight I have on here is made by Wilson Combat. It's blacked out and has some nice serrations in it. And it's really rock solid, easy to adjust for your elevation or your left and right. Just a really nice, solid rear sight. Okay, so the second thing that I upgraded on this Colt Python was the front sight. Now the front sight that comes on this Python is absolutely fine. You don't need to upgrade it. It's your standard black front sight that sort of ramps up, and it has that orange, that orange painted mark on the front of it. It's what you see standard on Smith & Wessons and most Colt revolvers. Totally fine, don't need to change it. But I was figuring, since I was already changing this rear sight and I was getting this from Wilson Combat, I might as well get a front sight as well. And at the time, what I went with was this gold bead front sight, and I liked it. It's super classy. It does really kind of go with the whole style of this revolver. But to be honest, I don't think the visibility of the gold bead is nearly as good as a red fiber optic. I was really missing that red fiber optic front sight. I have the red fiber optic on several of my other pistols. To me, it's really the best option you can have for a front sight, especially when you pair it with a blacked out rear sight. I just like that combination. The red really jumps. You can pick it up much quicker. So moving on is probably the most glaring and obvious change that I've made, and that is the grip on this Python. I absolutely love this new grip. I think it's beautiful. I think it works really well with the revolver aesthetically, and I'm just super pumped that I found this grip. Grips that come with the Python are these beautiful walnut checkered target grips. If it comes to just looks, these are just absolutely stunning. I really do love these walnut grips. But what I've noticed is, especially when you're shooting .357 Magnum, the recoil with these grips is pretty harsh. There's not a lot of traction on this checkering. It's smooth, it feels nice in hand, but yeah, under that .357 Magnum recoil, these grips they really just don't cut it. Shooting .38 Special, yeah, all day, it's fine. The other thing is they're pretty small. They're pretty petite, and I don't know if that's because they're considered target grips or what, but yeah, I didn't really notice how small and petite these were until I put these grips on. These grips are Altamont. They're wood. It's a snakeskin pattern, but they're wood, and it's all kind of checkered. So you do get a good purchase on it. I was looking at these grips probably six months ago, just kind of looking around for new grips for the Python, and these on their website were like 75 bucks. I recently came across these on Amazon, and they were half the cost. I think they were like $45. So I had to jump on that and go ahead and get these, and I just couldn't be more happy with these grips. They are beautiful. They have the gold medallion there. They have the Colt horse here on both sides, and they are a little bit thicker in profile than these target grips. Which for me, it just feels much better in hand. It fills out my hand much better. I have a better purchase on the weapon, and I can handle the magnum loads with no problem. They also have these nice finger grooves here, which also help with that. And I mean, they also just look really, really sexy. If you like these grips, or really any of Altamont's grips, they make a ton of awesome grips. I'll put a link in the description where you can find these on Amazon for like half the cost of what they have them on their website for. So awesome new grips, Altamont grips. And then the final thing that I got for this python specifically is this really nice leather holster. This is made by 1791. I do have another holster from them for my 1911, and I like it a lot. The leather's high quality, and it fits really well. So this one, I also found this on Amazon. I think this was around $60, but I'll put a link in the description for this as well, where you can find it. But it is really just beautiful. It does need to be broken in a little bit, but it's nice and snug. The hammer cannot be pulled back and seems completely safe. Just a really sharp holster. So yeah, I've been putting some more time into this python. The last couple months, it's just sort of been sitting in the safe, not getting any attention. And so I figured I got to change that, because this gun is just too sweet to not be spending time with. The other thing I got was just this little speed loader. This I also got on Amazon for pretty cheap. Put a link in the description for that too if you guys are interested. But yeah, this is my Colt python. I actually love the form factor of this 3-inch. I think it just looks really balanced. And I can also conceal this pretty well. You know, if I'm wearing a flannel or a light jacket, this thing conceals no problem. So yeah, I really like this 3-inch, and it shoots pretty damn good too. So that's it for now with my python. If you guys like any of these upgrades, I will put links in the description where you can find them. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you on the next video.